I was only 7 when it happened, and I was like getting like really sick and I couldn't breathe properly. And then we went to the doctors and they said there was no air coming out from that side of my chest. So they said, oh, go straight to get an x-ray or whatever. And then it turns out I actually had a tumour in my lung. So it was diagnosed as pneumonia first, but then it turned out to be actually a tumour. So I had to get an operation. It was about an 8-hour operation. I was under anaesthesia for 24 hours. And then I was in hospital for about 3 weeks to a month, and I was okay, but I had like chest strains coming out, and I had like a scar under here, which I still have. Yeah, they had no idea what it was. They actually thought, when I first got it, they thought it was a nut, that I'd inhaled a nut and it was stuck in my lung. And then they thought they had chopped it out at first, but then they actually realized that it was actually a tumor. And then I would have to go back in and get the actual tumor chopped out, which was the whole really long operation and everything. So that was a bit of a surprise because they thought it was just like pneumonia or like, nut, because sorry. And then because it's so rare for like a 7-year-old to have a tumour in their lung, like you think that would happen to like older people who've smoked or something, but it had just happened to me, and it was like the most surprising thing that you would ever think to happen to a 7-year-old who was just like you'd think lived a normal life and then just suddenly gotten this random tumour in your lung. I didn't actually have to have chemotherapy, which I was so relieved about. I actually, when they told me, I like found out I had cancer, I was like, oh no, that they're gonna chop off all my hair, and that was what I was most worried about, but they didn't, it was fine. I just had to, when they chopped it out, I was in hospital for about 3 weeks, and they just had chest drains coming out of here to like relieve any fluid that was in my lung. And then I had to do like every day like physiotherapy for that to like treat it, so my lung would like slowly expand or like get better. And so I would have to like learn to breathe through that lung again. But I didn't actually have to have, I had a lot of like CT scans and stuff like that, and bronchoscopies where they put the camera down your throat. But I didn't actually have any chemotherapy because it was such a rare tumour, it didn't spread anywhere. So it was just stuck in my lung, which was causing my lung to collapse. I found myself like wanting to go back to school because I was in hospital for that long. I was like, I had no idea. And like, I just thought, I was really scared for my life. I was like, am I gonna die? But I'd never even experienced anything like that before. Like I've never really been in hospital that much. And then when they told me that, I was so like dumbfounded. I was so confused. I was like, is this actually happening to me? Like, even though I was only 7, I still knew that it was like there's a bad thing to happen to you. So I was in hospital, and then I was really sad all the time, but like all my friends and family would come to visit and stuff. So that was like a really good, like not a turnout, but it was good like thing, like everyone supporting me through this time. And then when I got out, it was that like everyone came and visited and stuff. Yeah, so there's this fundraiser called Gear Up Girl, where any girl at any age, you can do a bike ride, which is you can either do the 15-kilometre bike ride or the 50. And so I think I did the 15, but I think we took a detour, so we accidentally did 22 kilometres instead. But so we raised over, I think, $5,000 for, I don't know what the foundation is called. I think it's the OCF. Is it OCF? Yeah, it's OCF. And and I got in like Women's Day magazine or whatever because they wanted to know about how much money I've been raising. It's so important because people like me who have had this rare illness that no one really knows about, how are you supposed to get better if you don't know what you're treating? Like, they just thought it was a nut in my lung at first, which is like how are they supposed to know that I have this rare tumour without the help of medical research? So it's really important that people like know about this, and so they need to get more funding for medical research because to find out about rare illnesses, I guess.